Jeannie has two questions. She used to see a section in transitions called Slideshow, which had a number of different transitions, and she doesn't see that section anymore. And also she wants to know how she can tell the difference between transitions she can use for free and which ones she has to purchase. So let's discuss those issues and take a look at the new features for identifying your favorite transitions. It's true that if we click on transitions, we no longer see just those simple slideshow options. And by that, I would assume it's like these page curl, fade, morph. They're all still there. No transitions have been removed. What they've done is they've created a lot more transitions than what they used to have. So what you might have found in one particular category called slideshow may be now found across a number of different specialty ones. The question becomes, okay, so you have a few favorite ones or maybe a dozen favorite ones, and how do you find those quickly without having to be rummaging around? So let's take a look at that. First, let's just discuss real quickly how can you differentiate transitions which you can use for free and which ones you're going to be charged for if you put them down in your timeline. You see this pink diamond here. Any transition that has this pink diamond on it will cost you extra money if you download it and put it on your timeline. Let's just go in here and we can see that pink diamond appears on quite a few of these in here, although there also are free ones. Now this fade and dissolve, these are part of the old slideshow options, and we'll show you how you can isolate them and make them available so that you don't accidentally download one of these other paid for options. But let's just discuss what happens if you do download one of these paid for options. Let's say I accidentally or unknowingly download this particular one, and if I put it on my timeline, then I will get a notification that I can use it for free for a short period of time. Here's a 7 days free trial, at which point then after that I would get charged. Or I might just simply get a notice when I export saying that I will be charged for this. So how can I get rid of this? Well, basically you can just remove it from your timeline before you complete your export, and you won't be charged for it. But say you want to remove it from your download and you don't want it to be within what you have previously selected. What you can do is click on mine and then go to downloads. And here you'll see that it's included in all of the things that you might have downloaded from Filmora. Simply right-click on it and choose the delete option, and now it's been removed from your collection and it will no longer be an issue for you. How can you quickly find the ones that you like? Well, obviously you'll probably have to go through the transitions one time, and you will have to identify the ones that you want to use. And if you want to use a particular one, go ahead and click the star, making it a favorite. And you can see these are ones that I've favorited. I'm going to try to find one that I haven't favorited. Okay, here's one that I haven't marked as a favorite before. So I can mark this as favorite just simply by clicking the little star. Next, let's discuss these tags, or these things that come up here. Now you can do this next thing one of two different ways. You can either do it as you select your favorites, or you can go in and add this feature after you've done browsing through all of the things that you like. And basically what you're going to do, let's find a shape. Here's a shape that we like. It's not been downloaded because it has the download arrow here. So we'll go ahead and favor that. Up comes this little pop-up. It's a little filtering tag. It will be included in the commonly used or recently used, and what you do is you choose what you want it to be a part of. You want it to be part of that, you want it to be part of that, so that when you're filtering for these, then you'll see that. But notice this little plus sign. This little plus sign will allow you to add your own new category that you can use as a filter when you're looking for through your own favorites, which ones you want to look at. This is a way you can categorize them. And if you want to call these Slideshow, then this is where you would do it. And you simply click the plus sign, and let's just type in Slideshow. And so now this is a part of the Slideshow tag. And I will just go ahead and unfilter these here, but this has now been applied to that particular one. Okay, so you've gone through and selected everything that you want to use, and you want to identify the ones that you have downloaded and categorize them. You click on Mine, and you can go to Downloads. And here you can now go ahead and you can see that, okay, I've downloaded 39 of them. And you can go in here and mark them as favorites if you hadn't already done that, at which point, of course, you can add the tag. But let's get into the business center of this add a tag where you can customize it. So you might want to click on favorites. And on favorites here, it says, oh, okay, you have favorited 47 different ones. And here are the filters. So we have the all commonly used, and here's a little menu option. It shows you all of the other ones. Now we created this little filtering tool before we call Slideshow. So we have this available for anything else that we want to use. So let's see how we can apply that to those particular ones so we can categorize them. Now, we already showed you that when you select it as a favorite, you get this little feature right here. And since you've added your little custom tag, then you can simply click on that, and that's there. But let's get into, again, the business center here. If we click on favorites, we will see up here is sort of a little menu options, and we have more options here. So here they are. Now we're into the ones that we've already marked as favorites, but I'm sorry, we're into the section, the ones we've already marked as favorites. Now we want to apply this tag to them so that we can isolate them from all the other favorites that we have. How can we do that? Well, let's go down here. Here's fade, and that's one of our Slideshow transitions that we used to have. We can now right click on it and we can add tag, and right over here come up to tags, and this would include our ones that we have created ourselves. So there we go. Now this is part of that. Let's here's another one. We will right tag on this, and we will add tag, and we'll identify it as a Slideshow. And by going through all of these, right-clicking, add tag, and adding the Slideshow, we have now identified these to be filtered as such. Okay, so now we identified all of the various transitions that we like, and some of them we have then labeled as being part of our Slideshow collection. So how do we get to see just those in our own favorites? Well, there's the search function up here, but the search function is just more general for the type of transition it is. Instead, we need to go to this little management center here, and we go ahead and click on the three dots to open up the menu, and there is our Slideshow filter. So if we click on Slideshow filter and we go back, we see now the ones that we have labeled as Slideshow. So now we have created our own personal Slideshow transitions. They're all grouped together for us. We're ready to make our little presentation with just these specific transitions, and we don't have to worry about looking at everything else. Hopefully this will help Jeannie in completing her project for her benefit program. Okay, so just one little bonus feature. You may have thought of this or may not have thought of it. Let's say, for example, that you have your slides put together and you don't want to spend a lot of time dropping in a transition on each individual one. Go ahead and select them all, and you can just do that by dragging across. But don't select the very last one, because you don't need to put a transition on that one. Only the ones that you want to put a transition on. You go into your transitions, and we go into our slideshow options, and we can see, okay, let's use the blink eye. If we use the plus sign, we will now apply that to all of the ones. But let's say that you really want to mix it up, and you might want to use 2 or 3 different type of transitions, or maybe you want to use 10 different, but let's just pretend we're using 2 different ones. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to select every other one. So I'm going to hold down the control key on the keyboard, and I'm just going to skip every other one. And now I'm going to take another transition. Let's use the fade, and we have now applied that across the board. And this is one way that we can quickly add different transitions in there. And so now you'll see that we have the 2 different types of transitions. Obviously, as I used to do, you can use 10 different transitions, and you can count out the differences, or you can just whatever. But this is a way to kind of a speed add transitions to all of your images and video clips on the timeline without having to drop it on each individual one. I should note one difference here is sometimes when you're using a video clip between the images, the transition may be a little bit offset, or it may be actually put over on the one side or the other side. And so you may have to go through and make some minor adjustments. But basically, this is a fast way to add transitions to your entire project.